Que pasa, cabrón? Every guy dreams of finding his dream girl who's gonna love him no matter what, support him on his purpose and his goals, and is somebody that you can actually grow on your self-improvement with. But if you listen to any of the modern dating advice, they'll tell you that is not possible whatsoever. They tell you women like that don't even exist. According to them, all girls are hoes and they're just after your money. They don't even like you as a person. But I'm here to tell you that your dream woman does exist and how you can get her. My name is Blake, your favorite gringo that acts like he's Colombian, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram below. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want this to seem like a video where I'm just completely shitting on the red pill ideas or the whole like masculinity movement that's all over the internet, because yes, like I think tons of guys, like most of guys could stand to be more red pilled, more masculine, and actually develop themselves more in those areas. But I mean, I myself, for instance, have benefited from it. And like, some of my content is like actually shaped me to become the man I am today and actually helped me build better relationships and have a better relationship with my girlfriend. But my problem with it is towards the kind of extreme sides of it and what's kind of gone mainstream and viral with a lot of the dating advice that they give. The big problem with the modern dating advice is going on is just the generalization that all women are hoes. They want to spew this ideology to you that unless you're super rich, that she's guaranteed to break your heart and cheat on you or just leave you, and just you end up being sad and depressed. What's really going on is that they're just actually projecting their trauma onto you. So what usually happens is they get their heart broken, they get cheated on or whatever, and then they start making this content where they just start projecting that trauma onto every single woman, and they start brainwashing you to believe that as well. But you can't kind of feed into that ideology because not every girl is like that. That's like saying if you took a bite out of an apple and it was just bad, you just had a bad apple. That doesn't mean every apple in the bunch is going to be bad. Like just because one is bad doesn't make all the others bad. That's just literally, like I said, that's just trauma being projected. So when you listen to all this advice, it's actually making you afraid to love. Well, whenever I post something about my relationship or anything with my girlfriend in it, I usually get a ton of comments saying like, oh, you're so lucky, bro, you're living the dream life. And it's really coming from this energy, like this sad, pitiful energy of like, oh, like that guy has something that I wish I could have, but I'll never be able to achieve it, because so many guys on the internet are just watching all this like brain rot advice, listening to it, thinking that no, like they're never going to be good enough for a girl, they're never going to be able to get a girl, and they're never going to be able to trust a woman in their relationship. And that's how they brainwash you, because once you start listening to them about that stuff, you start believing that you're not going to get into a relationship, you're just going to believe in hookup culture, and you're going to just go on, just date a bunch of women, date around and everything, never settle down, and then it just leaves you feeling empty inside. When you live like that, you never get to experience what love is actually like. You never get to actually create an attachment and create a tight bond with a person who you can actually grow with. It talks about this in The Way of the Superior Man, but the whole point of intimacy and romance is to be able to grow together more than you could by yourself. And you'll never get to experience that as long as you're following all this red pill masculinity advice of, like, again, just sleeping around and just never settling down. Because again, you know, heartbreak happens. You are bound to get your heart broken. You're bound to like just feel those negative feelings and get cheated on or something like that. Every man goes through some sort of heartbreak in his life, and it's just kind of like a rite of passage. That's what I want to emphasize, is that the right woman will change your life. Again, this is not to say like the red pill is completely wrong and stuff, because yes, there are a bunch of women out there who are actually hoes and will just actually ruin your life, because the wrong woman will ruin your life, literally. But with that being said, and that same token, the right woman could change your life completely. Her love is going to be a source of motivation, like basically making you feel like you can do anything, making you feel invincible. My girlfriend makes me feel that way, and that's when I realized that I was like really head over heels, just deeply in love. Is just that I felt that way when I'm around her. Like I felt like I could do anything. I felt like I could achieve my goals. I felt just way better. Like I felt motivated for everything. You know, just kind of like oomph inside, this fire inside to make me want to like just do shit, conquer shit. You know what I mean? You need to understand that this is part of your self-improvement. A lot of them will tell you, like, again, they'll tell you don't waste your time on girls, you need to focus on getting rich, blah 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 and stuff. That is not true. Like she's not gonna magically fall in love with you just because you're rich and stuff. That's how you're gonna find, like, you know, the women that are gonna ruin your life. A part of your self-improvement is just getting better with women and becoming like a solid man that you can be her future husband. You know what I mean? So you need to actually be going on these dates and stuff and get through like the shitty, boring parts and the girls you don't like in order to find the one that you do. That's what I did, and that's why, you know, I seem so happy now, is because not only am I working on my purpose and my mission, but I have somebody behind me that's just supporting me all the way through thick and thin. Don't be afraid to love, because that's the whole point of life. That's the whole point of experience. Like, another thing, this is kind of a side tangent, but like, you know, a lot of the modern dating advice, they'll talk about things like, oh, whoever cares less kind of has more power in the dynamic, and that might actually be true, but that's not fulfilling. Like, you're not going to feel fulfilled if you purposely try to like hold back and stuff just so you can feel like you care less than her, so you feel like you have the power in the relationship. It's like the whole point of human experience is to feel that love, is to feel those sensations, like to go through the motions, to feel those kind of feelings, not hold back. I tell my girlfriend all the time how happy she makes me, how much I love her and stuff, because that's just genuinely how I feel. And it's a beautiful thing, and you shouldn't be afraid to go out there and find it. And yes, your heart will probably get broken sometimes, but that's okay, because then you'll find the person that's there to, like, you know, pick up the pieces, metaphorically speaking, or basically show you like what real love is. Because you'll get your heart broken and stuff when it's just inauthentic love and stuff, but whenever you feel real love, that's the whole point of, you know, living. So yeah, be on your self-improvement and make this part of your self-improvement. Put yourself out there, go on some dates, and you know, find your dream girl. If you want some help with this, then I do have my course linked in the description below. It's a good tool for the fundamentals of like looks maxing and stuff. It also includes a free bonus module all about dating and everything. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can check it out, link in the description below. With that being said, remember, be better than you were yesterday.